I'm Chris Earl. I'm 64 years old. I retired in February of 2017. I've been an executive at an insurance company. The first time I noticed my hearing loss was approximately 2001. I was diagnosed with tinnitus, and at the same time I had a hearing test, and it indicated that one of my ears had some gradual hearing loss. One of the reasons that I didn't address it 17 years ago is because it was gradual, and it's remained fairly gradual. You just don't wake up and say, I can't hear something. One of my passions in life is listening to music and watching movies. And in both situations, my hearing is significantly compromised. Those are probably the two biggest areas. My family has noticed it over the years, and I'd say most recently, probably the last 10 years. My wife, of course, is the most patient. She'll repeat everything, but I realize that that's painful at times. I think the last few years, as I've been preparing for retirement, I've just prioritized certain things, and one of those is just to be healthier. I think my hearing is the area I've probably least focused on. So next week when I go to the audiologist, my expectation is that I will have both ears tested. I'm looking very forward to finding out, is it just one ear? Are they both? Is it worse or better than maybe what I thought it was? There's a little nervousness because I don't know the answer to those questions. One of the things I'm looking forward to is actually being able to hear things that I know other people are hearing and that just pass me by.
So Chris, tell us what you're doing today.
I played golf earlier in the day, and now I'm coming to get my hearing checked. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing how severe my hearing loss is. So I haven't had it tested in a long time. So
you cool if we go in with you?
Absolutely. Hello.
Nice to meet Chris.
Yep, I'm Chris Earl. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna have you start with a little paperwork.
Okay.
Hi, Chris. I'm ready for you.
Great.
Good. Come on back.
Perfect.
We're gonna go right in here,
Okay.
and you can go ahead and have a seat.
All right. Great. Thank you.
Okay. So when you were tested back in 2001, did you have a hearing loss then?
She said that I had, I think, what I would term as the beginning of hearing loss. Well, 6 years ago, I was struck with vertigo.
Okay.
And they told me at the time, I was admitted into the emergency room, that it was viral. So they said, you probably won't ever get it again. Last summer, I got it on the golf course.
So when you had the vertigo, did you feel like your ears were giving any symptoms? The ringing was worse? It felt kind of full? Hard to remember?
I was just so dizzy.
You're so sick it didn't even matter.
Yeah, my ears,
okay.
I don't think the hearing was impacted.
Okay. Okay.
I never commented that, boy, I've lost hearing or I can't hear you.
You were just so
in
dizzy.
Settings like this, I don't have any problem with hearing.
Okay, so one-on-one, you're fine.
The worst thing for me is either in a movie theater or a TV.
Oh, okay. Do you do anything to help you with the TV?
Yeah, I turn the volume up.
Well, I'll show you what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So when you go in the sound booth and you listen to the tones, they're all represented here on the graph.
Okay.
This is gonna represent the normal hearing line. So
Okay.
any marks above it looks good at that frequency. Anything below, that's a deficit or a loss at that frequency. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. This is my otoscope, so I can take a peek in your ears. All right, so we're gonna come up here. There we go, that's your eardrum.
Oh, wow. That little thing?
Okay. So I'm gonna put these in your ears, and then I'm gonna give you a little button. This is where you get to do your work. Just push the button every time you hear a beep. Guessing is fine. So if you think you hear it, press it, okay? Okay, so for this next test, I'm gonna play a recording of a man's voice. He's going to say the word, and then a different word every time. Just repeat what he says, okay? Let's go out and we'll take a look. Come on out.
Interesting. Okay.
This is that person who hears everything within normal limits.
Okay.
Okay, here's you.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, you're below across all the frequencies we test. Kind of a mild loss for both right and left ears, and at lower frequencies, it gets steadily worse as the higher the frequencies get. So yeah, no surprise, you're a hearing aid candidate. I'm going to demo a device for you. As time goes on, as you wear hearing aids, the longer you wear them, we do change fitting formulas and change things. That's why when people say, you know, they haven't been back to an audiologist or something, it really is not, it's not a one-time deal.
Sure.
You got to come back.
Sure.
We got to work together.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to recommend that we're going to do a Bluetooth hearing aid. We'll do it in black. And then I'll give you a few things you need, some homework you got to do with your phone before you come back to see me.
Great.
And I got a few measurements I got to make.
Okay.
So, okay.
So Chris, today, it's a week later. Tell us what you're doing today.
Today I am here to get fitted for my new hearing aids, and I'm very excited about it. My wife was joking when I left the house today. She asked me something, I said, "What?" And I said, "That's the last time I'm going to be able to say that." She goes, "I'm not sure I want you with hearing aids." She goes, "I've been used to this for too long." So we're both looking forward to it.
All right, here are your devices. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them connected to the computer.
Okay.
I'll program, and then we'll go over your hearing aid parts and then how to take care of them, put them in and out, all that good stuff.
Okay, good. You know how you get a new car, and then all of a sudden everyone's driving your car?
Oh.
I now notice people with hearing aids.
This is how I think it works well, is we work together. You got to tell me and how it's going, and I can change things up. So for the most part, I keep all your noise filters on the default and then see how you're doing in about a week. If I just set them to a maximum, sometimes things are a little too much that we need to back them off. So we'll just don't be discouraged. If you feel like, hey, it's really noisy in here and I thought I'd be doing better, you might be. We just got to give it a little time, okay? What's going to come out of here is called the International Test Speech Signal. It's going to be just a bunch of gibberish. You're not going to understand any of it. So what I was doing is just making sure that nothing would be too loud that it could cause damage for your ears, and that we were getting ample amount of amplification for soft, medium, and loud sounds. But really what's most important to me this first week is that things are comfortable. Looking good. All right, we're going to attach it to your phone. This is where you can control the volume. You can also mute the hearing aids. There's memories you can create, and there's memories that I can create for you. So do you have any animals in your house?
Dog.
Okay, they like to chew hearing aids. They really do. So make sure you've got this closed and in a safe spot, okay? The last thing that we do need to go over today is batteries, though. That's where your batteries will go.
Well, you gave me a lot of information about...
And you'll have a checklist to go home with.
I'm actually excited to have these.
Good.
It's been about a month since you've had hearing aids. Tell me how it's been going.
When I got the hearing aids, there was really no adjustment. It's much like putting on clothing. You think about it, you put it on, and then you never worry about what you're wearing. So my routine is I get up, I put the hearing aids in, which is not an issue at all. It takes no time. And I wear them the entire day. The only times I don't is when I shower or when I sleep. One of the biggest changes that I've noticed is I can hear music. I thought that I would listen to music, but I actually wasn't really listening to it. I could hear it, but I can actually hear words in songs. I mean, it's a dramatic difference. And I didn't think my hearing was that bad, so it was pretty significant. Most of the conversation previously I would have missed. Now I hear the entire conversation, and I can be across the table from someone. I no longer have to read lips. I can actually not look at someone and hear the conversation, so it's been very positive. The hearing aids through my phone is probably the best. I don't have to disturb people by the phone ringing. It rings to my ear. So when I've had conversations with friends who have asked me about it, I've encouraged them to at least get their hearing tested. And I said, just find an audiologist and go have them tested, because you may find out the same thing I did. At the end of the day, it's probably been one of the best things that I've done, because if you look at what your health is, it's probably one of the most important things that you have. Your hearing is certainly one of the most important aspects of your health. I'm just happy now that I've done it.